Hi, Ron Benning, broker associate with eXp Realty, SacramentoInvestor.com, and StocktonInvestor.com. I'm back for another market update. This market update is for the clients of Ron Benning and Sean Milam, and this is for duplexes in the Sacramento market. So if you have any questions about any of the stuff in this video, feel free to reach out to one of us, and we would be happy to answer any of your questions. As you can see by looking at that first graph on the right, last August we had 102 duplexes on the market in the Sacramento market. But at the end of this August, we only had 63 duplexes on the market. This means we had significantly less inventory this year at this time than we did last year at this time. Now, jumping down to the next statistics I want to look at on this same chart, last August at the end of the month we had 44 pending sales. In this August, we actually had 57 pending sales at the end of the month. So that's pretty interesting when you think about that. We had almost half the inventory, but we had about 15 to 20% more pending sales. Then the last statistic that I want to take a look on this chart is the actual solds. Last August, we had 33 sales for duplexes in the greater Sacramento market, and this August we had 34. So we actually had one more sale than we did last year. So when you look at all of those combined, about half the inventory we had last year, more pending sales than we had last year at this time, and actually one more closing sale. So the great collapse that many predicted because of the COVID virus has not come to pass, primarily because of the fact that we have a lot less inventory and we still have a steady supply of buyers that are starting to flee the Bay Area market, moving their money up here into the Sacramento and Stockton markets. Okay, the next graph I want to take a look at is the average days on the market and the percentage of list price to sale price in the closed sales. What you'll see here is that the average days on the market in the Sacramento market has moved up slightly, and that the average sale price compared to the original sale price has moved down slightly. So I wouldn't say that this is any big advantage to a buyer at this point. It just shows a slight softening in the market from the original list prices. And a lot of that has to do with what we're going to see on the next chart, which is the average sale price versus the average list price. And what you'll see there is actually a lot of why that softening is there's actually a pretty decent sized gap between the average sale price and the average list price right now. What does that mean? It means that you have sellers who believe that there's a seller's market, but they believe that there's a lot stronger seller's market than there actually is. When you look at the average sale price, you can see that there's that expectation gap between sellers and buyers at this point. The last chart that I want to take a look at for the Sacramento duplexes for the month of September or August's data is the month's inventory. And what we see here is there was 3.1 months of inventory supply last August at the end of the month. And this year there was 1.9 months of inventory supply. So the one thing that we do see with the COVID affecting the market is that there's been less properties on the market. We don't really see a significant drop off in investors that are wanting to move in. So what would I be expecting over the next few months for duplexes in the Sacramento market? Well, if you really look at the average sale price, it's been fairly neutral for the last year. And I think what you've got here is that there is a battle between supply and demand, and the fact that we are reaching a price where for prices to go up any more, you just are not going to be able to have any kind of reasonable cash flow expectation. What I would be expecting is that we are going to start to see prices more approximating what the rents are. So if rents continue to increase, I would see that you will see prices that will probably continue to increase. I do not predict in the near future, in the next 6 to 12 months, significant appreciation, but Sacramento will be a great long-term buy and hold market. There really isn't any other real affordable markets in this part of California other than the Sacramento and the Stockton market. And you can look at our website and our Facebook page for the market update on the Stockton duplexes as well. Feel free to reach out to me or Sean Milam with any questions. We look forward to helping you buy or sell your next investment property.